including Clarksdale, Mississippi, where our guests are serving up some of the best bagels in Mississippi there at Big River Bagels. So we are continuing our conversations with owners Marisol and Kate and the best of friends. So I didn't want you to cut off because I want to make sure everyone listening knows all the places that they can get your Big River Bagels, because you really do a good job of connecting and partnering with other small businesses in Clarksdale. So when you support one, you're supporting several others. And I think that's really what makes our small towns great and also thrive. So you should go back and share with us where we can get your goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. So we make fresh breakfast and lunch sandwiches Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here at the Meraki Coffee Roasting Company, 282 Sunflower in Clarksdale. But they have our bagels and cream cheese every day of the week, so you can come in and get a toasted bagel and cream cheese, or half a dozen or a dozen. And then we're at farmers markets this summer, which we're really excited about. We're excited to be in Cleveland on Saturday, starting at the end of May. We're at the Tuesday Oxford Community Farmers Market. And then on Mondays, starting in June, we're going to be here in Clarksdale, Monday evening farmers market. So there we won't have our sandwiches except in the Cleveland one, but you can get half dozens and our cream cheese.
You mentioned that you guys have created now an industrial kitchen that cranks out these bagels there in Clarksdale. How many bagels are you ladies making on a daily basis?
On our biggest day, we're making, about 30 to 35 dozen bagels. And then it just sort of depends on whether it's a farmer's market day or just a cafe day. But we actually make our bagels 2 days in advance and then put them in the cooler to proof, really slow cold proof. And so it's a couple-day process, which helps to develop a really tasty bagel.
Well, I love this that you were honest, Kate. I think it was you earlier on Good Things that shared. It was your idea to maybe start the bakery there for bagels specifically in Clarksdale. And you said that your first batches maybe weren't the best bagels, and that's okay. You have to start somewhere. So take us back to those first experiences of experimenting with bagel recipes in your kitchen. How did you sort of figure it out, or where did you start?
Yeah, so I definitely had my mouth knew what a good bagel tasted like, but my hands didn't know how to get there. And so we took recipes and tried them out, and ours were very dense, and so they weren't sort of the fluffy, chewy bagel that we really wanted. So we worked with local chefs like Cole Ellis at the Delta Meat Market has really been helpful to us. And then we went over and we learned from the folks at City Bagel over in Starkville, which unfortunately is now closed, but they were super helpful and really taught us how to bake in, with a commercial sort of load, lots of bagels. And so just asking people lots of questions and trying different things out, we were able to develop a recipe that really works for us. And that's the beauty of farmers markets and the importance of farmers markets is they can really help people develop businesses that they can then grow on. It's a great launching pad. And so I would just encourage folks to support your local farmers market and those trying to build something there.
You mentioned, I think it was you, Marisol, that during the pandemic, you guys maybe paused for a second like everyone did in the state, but then geared back up and started creating bagels again and bagging them up and putting them in trunks. What did it mean to your local community to still maybe get a taste of something fresh or to see a friendly face, to have that kind of connection with the small business there in Clarksdale?
Yeah, well, it was just great just to hear from our customers and just let us know how much they miss our bagels, and also just to tell us what they liked, and it would help them just to go out, even though we weren't having close contact. They would just go out. We would deliver our bagels, our cream cheese in a safe manner, and it was just great just to have that connection with them. And while we were doing that, we were also working on our cafe menu and just trying to bring, I'm from Mexico and Kate is from Vermont, so we brought some items to our menu that would just make our menu work. Like chorizo for me, like I had it growing up, so we added a sandwich, a sonoran, which has chorizo, poblano peppers, and cheese. And Kate really liked this the Vermonter, which is a turkey with apple, cheddar cheese, onion jam, and arugula. So I mean, I just feel like that just made it work.
You made it work, and it sounds like it's absolutely working there at Big River Bagels. I have to ask, though, I keep hearing this word cream cheese, and you mentioned y'all's. Do you also make your own cream cheese there?
So we don't make the actual cheese, but we make our mixes. We just take different ingredients, like we have a veggie cream cheese. We shred our carrots, we dice our onions, our red peppers, and we mix them all together. Like we have this really good lemon and chive cream cheese that is gonna taste really great on our lock special on the weekends. We have a spicy pickle, sweet. We have a honey pecan that a lot of people like. We just bring all different ingredients together and we just add it to our cream cheese.
So how's it been being business partners and best friends? I mean, that sounds like fun at first, but it can also be risky business. You girls are obviously talking great with us today on good things, so I'm assuming it's going fine. But has it been a tricky year, or have you guys just been flourishing there with your bagels and all your partnerships?
I mean, I think that what's nice about Marisol and I is we bring different skills to the table. Marisol has just tremendous experience in managing restaurants and in the hospitality field, and I have a little bit more business experience from my past jobs. But it's not just the two of us. We would be remiss in not discussing the impact and contributions of our husbands too. My husband has really helped us get all the industrial equipment and build out of the kitchen. And Marisol's husband, Rory Doyle, is a photographer, so our social media and web presence really has been impacted by his work. And so it takes a whole bunch of people to run a small business, and I think that we've each sort of found the way we can contribute, and we're not scared of doing some hard work, and it's nice to be able to laugh and chat and hang out with your best friend when you do it. So we were really lucky to be able to work together.
What would be your words of advice or maybe wisdom or whatever you feel on your heart to maybe someone listening to Good Things that sees that empty spot on their main street and always dreamed of either starting at their cafe or a boutique or a hair salon or whatever it may be that they think could add value to their downtown, but they're a little nervous about it because I know it's a big risk. What would you say to maybe taking the first steps to, being a part of the solution in their small towns?
I would say to start small. I mean, I think that really was one of the greatest things we did is that we did the farmers market for a couple summers before we really felt like we knew enough to jump into doing stuff full time. And so if you're small and sleek, sort of like our business is, you can adapt quickly. And that's the thing I think we did during the pandemic is that we were able to adjust because we didn't have a lot of overhead. We didn't have a lot of staff. We were sort of small and mighty. So I would encourage people to start small, but then build a team, whether that's just folks who are advising or folks that are actually on your payroll, is that really be smart about who you get involved. Make sure that they understand your vision and that they can really contribute in an aspect of the business because it really is all about the people and the relationships that you build. And when you have great people, then your business is going to flourish. And
if you need a team meeting, then you should do it over bagels and cream cheese.
That's right. Feed them often. That helps. Yeah.
That always helps. Well, I know you guys are over on Facebook as well at Big Rivers Bagels, but anywhere else you'd like to tell the Good Things listeners to go to support what you're doing?
Yes, we are on Facebook, Instagram at Big River Bagels, and we should have a website come up pretty soon in the next week or two. It's going to be bigriverbagels.com.
All righty. Well, I look forward to having you back. If you're ever in the central area, please stop in and bring a bagel. If not, when I travel to Clarksdale, I'll make sure that I pop in and get one as well. So I appreciate your time. And congratulations, ladies.
Thank you
so much. Thanks for having us.
Alrighty, from Clarksdale to Cleveland we go. Coming up next here on Good Things.